Hi, my name is Tennille Jancola, and this is my introduction video to EDL 850 Module 1 School Law. A little bit about myself. I've been happily married for the past 11 years. My husband is an irrigation specialist for a local implement company. We have 3 young boys aged 10, 7, and 5 who keep us very busy with all their activities, and it has just been so fun to be a boy mom. I also have 2 stepchildren, age 17 and 16. The oldest just graduated from high school this past May, and college awaits her, and we are so excited for her. We live in a very rural community in northwest Kansas called Hoxie, where agriculture is the basis of the economy there. And I come from a family of educators. My dad was a high school science teacher for 40 years. My uncle, an elementary school teacher for 35 years. My aunt, an elementary school teacher for 25 years. And my grandmother was a one-room schoolhouse teacher. And so you could say education is deeply rooted within me. I myself have been in education for the past 20 years, and I have had the privilege of teaching at both the elementary and secondary levels. I am currently working on my master's in educational administration and cannot wait to see what the future holds for me. A little bit about the school that I work at. This is my 3rd year in Hoxie Community Schools. I am the middle school science teacher and 9th grade pre-algebra teacher at the junior senior high school. Our elementary school is a pre-kindergarten through 6th grade school. We also have an all-day kindergarten, which I think is a huge asset to our community to provide that. Our school, elementary school, had 287 students, and it is a Title I school, and we get all that Title I support, which I also think is a great benefit. Our junior senior high school is 7th through 12th grade. Our junior high is 7th and 8th, and our high school is 9th through 12th. And we had 161 students, and our enrollment continues to grow. My critical reflection on school law and how our administrators present it and what they give us. I'm going to start with handbooks. At our school, one of the challenges that I think we face is we do not have a staff handbook. So as educators and new hires and those of us working in the district, we aren't sure really what our expectations are from our administrator. We have our contract and we have our negotiated agreement, but we don't have like the staff handbook. And I think that is something that we need to rectify within our district. We do have a student handbook. However, that handbook is not followed. It is not equitable and it's not consistent. It's just kind of a going through the motions, here's your handbook. And I think that is also something that we need to change within Hoxie. I think the kids need to know what the expectations are. And I think the handbook needs to be followed. When rules are broken, they're broken. And that handbook needs to be followed so that they know what the consequence could be. Board and district policies, I know where the binder is. I could take you right to it. I've perused it. I've looked through it. I've looked through it. However, it's not something that is stressed by our district to know, and they don't really refer to it or bring it out in any meetings or anything of that nature. I do believe that our superintendent does an excellent job on keeping us updated on state funding. That is a hot topic here in the state of Kansas right now, and he has done a great job keeping us informed, letting us know what's going on within legislation and kind of where they're headed. So that's been a great benefit. Federal funding, that's not presented well, so I don't have a whole lot of knowledge on that. Insurance information is presented to us. We get our packet in the mail right before open enrollment, and we get to just look at our options. Nothing is really explained to us. They do bring in an insurance agent kind of for our 125 plan, and he kind of just says, do you want to keep things as it was last year? Do you want to change anything? So if you have questions, you can ask, but he's not from the health insurance company that we have. He's not from Blue Cross Blue Shield. So those are kind of things that I think we need to change also, especially for new hires and first-year teachers, so that they can understand more of what these things mean within insurance. Beginning of the year requirements, such as bloodborne pathogens, bullying, those types of things that we are mandated to know about and look at. We're given that in a link through our email. We watch it, we take a quiz. However, it's not really consistent. If you didn't watch it, oh, nothing really happens. It's just kind of a checklist, and that person didn't watch it. Oh, well, it's too far removed right now. And so I think that's something that needs to be looked at. If it's mandated, we need to watch it. We need to take care of it, and everyone needs to be on the same page. With some of our administrators, I don't feel that they are all well versed in school law. I think some of them are and some of them aren't. And I think it's important that we all get on the same page so that our staff is all on the same page when it comes to school law. A critique of my personal knowledge, things that I think I know. Being a 20-year veteran, I think I have a good grasp on several different avenues and areas within the school. I'm sure there are things that I don't even realize, so those are things I need to brush up on. But some of the things I feel like I know well are state testing procedures, the do's and the don'ts, what we can and cannot do, and what we can and cannot use that information, those test scores and that information for. I think I have a little bit of a grasp of school budget only because I have been the district's lead negotiator. And so to do my job to the best of my ability for our staff, I kind of have to know a little bit about the budget. However, I don't know how the funds are allocated. I don't know what we can and cannot spend the money on. And so that is something I need to brush up on. Because of my role as lead negotiator, I also am very well versed in collective bargaining. I've had to go to several trainings on that, and so I feel like I know the guidelines of bargaining very well. The guidelines to prayer in school, I feel like I have a good grasp on that just because I know what we can and cannot do as staff and what the students can and cannot do. The Family and Medical Leave Act, I've had some experience, firsthand experience with that, and so I feel like I am well versed in that. Student issues such as reporting, confidentiality, FERPA, HIPAA, I feel like I have a good knowledge of that too, the knowledge base of that. Knowing that we are mandated reporters and having to have firsthand experience with that this past year has really opened my eyes and given me some much needed knowledge. The special education process, I feel like I know a little bit. How the process begins, what we need to do as educators, can kind of walk parents through things that they need to do. But that is an area that I definitely need to brush up on and know more about. My proposed plan to improve my growth, to improve me as an educator, would be to definitely do professional development on state and federal laws, to keep continuing my education in that, to collaborate with my administrators, to watch them, to visit with them, to know what their day is like and how they use school law and those different things. More collaboration time with my colleagues so that we all can get on the same page and maybe do some book studies or some different things like that. And to definitely do research using the Kansas State Department of Education website, the Southwest Plains Regional Service Center that our district is through, KNEA, and online learning communities, to definitely stay on top and stay updated. I hope everyone has had a great summer so far. I look forward to working with each of you in this course, and thank you for watching.